and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. This is Tanush, and today we'll be discussing about the month of December. So I generally don't make any weekly or monthly prediction videos, but December is a quite special month because a lot of things happening during December. There is eclipse, there are conjunctions, there are transits happening, which have a long-term impact on everyone's life. So I thought, why not make a video so that we can be careful. We'll know what to expect out of this, and we can take care not to be disturbed or overreact to the situation. So the month of December is extremely turbulent. Why? Because Sun is in the sign of Scorpio, Ketu is in the sign of Scorpio, Mercury has joined Sun and Ketu in the sign of Scorpio, and Venus will be transiting into Scorpio on 11th of December 2020. So Moon will join all these planets on 12th of December, and there is a solar eclipse which is happening on 14th of December. Ketu is causing this eclipse. Now, when the eclipse happens in the sign of Scorpio, all the mentioned planets are part of the eclipse, and all these planets will get impacted because of this. So, in addition to this, we'll speak about this little later. But there is a very important phenomenon which is happening in the month of December. So, on 21st of December, Jupiter and Saturn, which are in conjunction in the sign of Capricorn, they come closest to each other. So they are just 0.1 degrees apart, which means it is one of the closest conjunction. It happens generally after long years. So generally Jupiter and Saturn, they come in conjunction in a particular sign after 60 years. So the conjunction which is happening now in the sign of Capricorn earlier had happened 60 years back, which is closely 1960. So what can we expect from this closest conjunction? It is confusion and transformation. So why confusion? So Jupiter represents many things which I had discussed earlier. So it represents our beliefs, our values, our principles. So Jupiter becomes debilitated in the sign of Capricorn, which means people tend to defy the principles. And then we have Saturn in the sign of Capricorn, which imposes the boundaries. So this is a time when people will get into a new mode, a new revolution, wherein they'll defy the principles which they had believed earlier, and they tend to break the boundaries, and this may lead to a new revolution being started at this point of time. And this is just a starting point, so we can see the effects later, probably in next 4 to 6 months. We can see the effect of this conjunction. Now the eclipse which is happening in the sign of Scorpio. So this is happening at 28.59 degrees of Scorpio, and as we know, the transit from Scorpio to Sagittarius, I mean the planets which transit, they would be transiting the Gandanta point, because Sagittarius being a fire sign and Scorpio is a water sign. So whenever a planet transits from water sign to fire sign, it crosses the Gandanta point. So we'll speak about that in some time. So the eclipse is happening at 28.59 degrees, and all the planets which I had mentioned earlier, like Sun, Mercury, Moon and Venus, will be part of the eclipse. So during the eclipse, we have close conjunction of Ketu with all these planets. So who all would be impacted? So in general, everyone would be impacted, but we can see the maximum impact for the people for which these planets are ascendants, or they are occupying one of the major areas in the chart. So if you're Leo ascendant, which is ruled by Sun, if you're Gemini or Virgo ascendant, which is again ruled by Mercury, if you're Cancer ascendant, or if you're Taurus and Libra ascendant, then you will be the maximum impacted people, because all these planets are part of the eclipse. So what we can expect, due to Sun, you can have issues with the government, you can have issues with the authority, you can see some conflicts with your father or fatherly figures. Then Moon eclipse with Ketu represents one will be worried about their mother. It may be due to health or various reasons, but one will develop certain worry regarding their mother. Then one will not be able to take proper decisions. There will be a lot of confusion in the mind. There will be a lot of turmoil emotionally. So when Moon conjuncts with Ketu, all these things would happen. So now when Venus, which comes in conjunction with Ketu when the eclipse is happening, again there would be a lot of emotional turmoil. It is going to impact your married life as well as the places where Venus is the Lord in your chart. So Mercury Ketu conjunction I had discussed in my previous videos. This conjunction will drive one to take wrong decisions. Our intellectual capabilities would be impacted. Then there would be problems in communication. We'll have issues with the siblings. So all these things would happen during the eclipse period, and it would surely have a long-standing impact. So I would say eclipse is just a trigger point, and the issues will start at that point, and we can see the repercussion in the next 4 to 5 months down the lane. Now finally, Sun, Mercury, Venus, including Moon. Of course, Moon always transits, it's the fastest moving planet. So all these planets will cross the Gandanta point. So as discussed earlier, Gandanta is a specific point where our past life karma would be released. It's a knot, and we can see that we have a lot of karma specific to that particular sign and planet, and when that planet crosses that point, it will mark the end of that karma. So the end of karma might come in a pleasant or unpleasant way, but it is very essential that the karma comes to an end. So it is basically good for everyone, but it might come in an unpleasant way, so we have to be prepared. So why we have to be a little cautious is because Sun is crossing the Gandanta, Mercury would be crossing the Gandanta, and of course Venus would be crossing the Gandanta on 4th of January. So it's little later. And on 24th of December, Mars is also going to cross the Gandanta and moving from the sign of Pisces into the sign of Aries. So all these planets moving across the Gandanta point, lot of karma being released. So lot of things happening in the month of December. There is an eclipse, there are conjunctions, conjunction with Ketu, all the planets are conjunct with each other as well as with Ketu. Moon is involved, so it implies emotional turmoil, lot of disturbance, lot of mental stress, and again the Gandanta crossing of all these planets, which implies release of karma, end of karma. So we can expect a lot of things happening. Many things might be disturbing. It's like a roller coaster ride. Some good things might happen, some bad things may happen. So knowing all this, what we can do is be cool. Don't get too emotional. Don't get impacted by the situation. We all know that it's going to be a rough month for most of the people. So just be cool. Just observe how things are happening, and things would change fast. So I would say it's just a temporary phenomenon, though the repercussions might last. And if you overreact to any situation during this time, then you can see the effect, a long-standing effect for next 4 to 6 months to come. So be spiritual, try to be spiritual, chant mantras, get into meditation mode and keep a cool mind, and the time would pass away. So guys, this was my short video clip on the month of December, the turbulent month. So if you like my video, you can subscribe to my video, and if you want my consultation, you can WhatsApp me or write an email to me. Thank you so much for watching.